Adams says there needs to be common ground, that New York City police officers don't have time to document every single encounter with the public.
I'm not going to allow the justice to be harmed, but I'm not going to allow erosion of public safety.
Black and Latino communities bear the overwhelming brunt of police stops that intrude into people's daily lives. The disproportionate impact of these stops is not casual interactions, as the mayor and his administration claim, and they take a collective toll on communities.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Well, who is really in control of New York? That's the question you have to ask for you today. Because there is something going on, and something very quiet that's been going on here in New York. That basically, if you're someone, from the outside, you're not seeing this really happening. Even those in New York here, they're not seeing this really truly happening. And what to the situation is the mayor in control, or is the city council speaker in control? And we're going to read into this. Because this is a situation that's been going on for quite some time now. Because, it brings up the old joke, back when Reagan was shot and the vice president was not around, and, they said, well, the speaker of the house was going to jump in and say, oh, I'm in charge now. But this is a major issue here. And this is why things are not getting done in New York City. This is where we are at a crisis in New York City for this particular reason. This is why places like Staten Island is left out of the loop on a lot of this stuff. And why, here Staten Island, everybody wants to succeed from New York to be on their own, even though we know it's going to be a hard road to balance ourselves out and create our own city. Just on this little island on there, but we know it can be done. So from the New York Post, and this was done on June 2nd, a tale of two Adamses. In fact, because it's two Adamses involved in this, inside the power struggle between New York City's mayor and the city council speaker.
The hell you say?
They may share a name, but they are no happy family. Mayor Eric Adams and city council speaker Adrienne Adams grew up together, walked the same Queens high school hallways, and even saw their mothers die within a year of both climbing atop of the summit of the New York politics. But the long-standing relationship between the no-relation Adamses have devolved into a bitter power struggle, according to more than a dozen sources with knowledge of the fallout who spoke with the New York Post. The thing with the council is not going to go away, and it's not going to get even, and it's going to get even more snippier, one Democratic operative said. Fierce feuds and a bratty back and forth between the respective Adams factions in City Hall and councils have become increasingly frequent and public. Just last week, New Yorkers watched two bizarrely holding dual meetings over a bill that would expand lawmakers' oversight over mayor appointees. Once the mayor's side, insiders say the administration officials feel threatened by loud lefty members of the council who have been embroidered under the speaker and are actively working against his re-election. Yeah, they're fighting within themselves. It's not enough that they're fighting with the Republican Party and the Independents and the Libertarians. They're now fighting within themselves. Inmates are running the asylum, a Democratic council source said about the council. The speaker, for her part, feels disrespected by the mayor, who repeatedly touts their relationship in public but privately flip-flops on promises and has staffers who operate in a chaotic and petty manner, sources say. I think what's started out as some legitimate differences over policy differences have devolved into a fight over power and tribal grievances, another Dem strategist said. We're going to skip down on there because it's mostly a history lesson on there. Do read it, but we're going to take it where this began, or at what he's called a widening rift. The rift began before Eric Adams even became mayor. The then mayor-elect unsuccessfully backed Francisco Moya, a lawmaker from Queens, in 2021 speaker's race, was seen as meddling by some council members, multiple city hall insiders said. There's still resentment with the mayor's political team over the speaker's race, one source said. The rupture widened when Eric Adams and Adrienne Adams sat down a few months later in 2022 to hash out their budget, which shrank school funding by $250 million. Remember that, school unions? A deal that sparked outrage from teachers and prompted lawmakers to walk back the support. Council members claimed that they were shocked. The insider said they were starting to point fingers at the administration. It was a turning point. Contingency budget battles only escalated with the illegal migrant crisis, which the mayor said it would cost the city $12 billion, a number the city council disputed as he pushed a spurt of sweeping spending cuts. Council members in 2023 overrode Eric Adams' veto of the housing voucher plan, then sought to join a lawsuit into forcing him to comply with the reforms they enacted. They also slapped down his veto of How Many Stops Act. A controversial bill will make the NYPD record all street stops. As they geared up to override the veto in January, the dispute devolved into a petty seating spat when the mayor's aide tried to swipe chairs from reporters at a council news conference. Council members who sided with the speaker during the vote suddenly found themselves uninvited from public events with the mayor, sources say. And this goes on and on and on. And, you know, the thing about it is, this is the fight that's been going on here. Everybody wants power. But see, the thing about it is, these people were hired to handle the city of New York for the people of New York. They are employees. Remember that. Remember, when you look at this perspective, when you hear these stories, when these people are elected, they work for us. Always remember that. They work for us. We send them to City Hall and the City Council and all that. This is who we vote for. This is why I tell you, watch who you vote for. Don't vote because of color. Don't vote because you think everything you're getting. Look into what they're offering. Is it feasible to get that? Can it be done? Because there are some things that politicians promise that can never, ever be done. Look at the shape of New York. New York needs a major overhaul. Remember that. A major overhaul. The same type of overhaul Giuliani gave us years ago. The same type of overhaul that cleaned up New York City. There was a time and place where the city was running on all cylinders. The city was making money. Tourists were coming in droves. Everybody was happy. Today, nobody's happy. So remember when you go to that voter's booth, because they're afraid now. This is coming out. This is all coming out in the open. Remember, Eric Adams is still under investigation. You know, where he's getting his election money. You know, as fast as they threw Trump under the train to the situation, they're still investigating Eric Adams. Goes to show you, you know, when things are rushed the way they are, you violate the Constitution. Because that's what's going on also. There's a lot of constitutional violations here all over the country, whether it's the politicians doing it, whether are the courts, the district attorneys. A lot of that is going on. And it needs to come out straight in the open. When you have the council and the mayor at odds, and one wants to take over, and the other one, that was supposed to be the one ahead of New York, this is an issue. This is a major issue. So comment, subscribe, like, share. Hopefully today's the day I've earned your subscription. So until next time, thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.
Thanks for watching, commenting, and sharing this video. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe, as this helps the reach of this channel. Finally, as a content viewer, you have the ability to help support this channel, as new internet laws around the world will diminish our reach and affect our sponsors. If you choose to help, there are two ways listed in the description below. The first link will lead you to a pay site where you can make a monetary donation. The second will lead you to our gear shop, where you can buy shirts, mugs, and other gear. Discounts will be listed on the site. Once again, thank you for watching and your support.